Aloha, Mother Fathers. Welcome in. It is another episode of Kyle Reacts here on your Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. And, of course, today we are reacting to AEW Dynamite's, again, 2-hour show today, so that was kind of nice. Blew through it. Didn't start till about halfway when it went in because I had it recorded. But let's talk about some of the good and some of the bad from the show. This is kind of a two-parter. The Bucks, man, I just don't get it. I know they were big on the independent scene, and they were not so big in Japan, but they wrote off Kenny in Japan. But then they made this company with a couple other guys that are obviously a little or a lot more talented, depending on how you look at it. Started the show with your matches moved up, Swerve and Ospreay, and I think it was a nice touch, and this is actually one of the things I liked. Will didn't just immediately come out and was ready. The music played for 15, 20, maybe almost 30 seconds. Then he comes scrambling out, getting his boots tied on and all that stuff. That was a good touch. One of the few times I've noticed over the past number of weeks, AEW actually paid attention to detail on something. So kudos to Tony for that one. That was good. Second thing we liked, anything that Hurt Syndicate does, I'm pretty much all for. MVP is a godsend. He's amazing. Shelton Benjamin looks amazing. Like, he just looks better than he has in a long time. Maybe since, honestly, the IC title run in the mid-2000s. I can't remember the last time he's looked this good. Just looks like a star. It's unbelievable. Obviously, Bobby is, again, amazing. And MJF, him and Mark Briscoe was a good back and forth. Honestly, liked it. I really did. I've come around a little bit more to Mark Briscoe. I don't think he's a star, but I think he's entertaining. And there's a spot on the card for someone who can do what he can do, obviously, and be that kind of person. He'll be in that casino gauntlet match or whatever at All In. He's not going to win, but it's still, he deserves a spot. He earned it with his performance tonight. And so the match was mid, but Adam Page obviously is the only one they got at this point. Ospreay has basically handed over the spot to him, and that's the mindset, I guess. Adam Page has got to be the guy, and I'm seeing more and more things that tell me that he probably won't be. And you guys could be in for a lot longer. All you AEW fans could be in for a lot longer of a run, possibly, from Jon Moxley. Who knows? Who knows? But not looking good from the aspect of just all the signs I'm seeing. The Chris Statlander stuff, all that too. It seems like they're kind of gearing up to get stronger, not get weaker. So who knows? Now on to the things we didn't like in the program. First off, Mercedes and Toni in the opening segment, she's walking in. She must have came from the NXT parking lot because it was very violent backstage, just adjacent to when Toni Storm walked in with Luther. Mercedes, again, the promo after the beatdown was kind of ridiculous. Ironically enough, the person who looked the best out of all of them was Mina Shirakawa, which she looked great. She's, that was interesting. She's very attractive. But that's neither here nor there. Just, again, I think Double A probably will speak to this too on his reacts, and we'll talk probably more about it on the podcast when the full episode comes out on Friday. Just something missing with this. I don't know what it is, but Mercedes can't hold her own weight with the promo. The work is okay. It's not bad, but it's not like star-ridden, worth 6, 7, 8,000 titles, whatever she has. Second thing I didn't like, Okada and Ibushi, the two guys that literally show no emotion whatsoever, are going to have a match next week. I could care less. Also, a Golden Lover. Love to see that as a nickname for two grown men. Two grown heterosexual men who are in the ring. One thing if you guys were actually, into each other, that's, hey, embrace it. I'm cool with it. That's great. I have no problem with that at all. But it's two heterosexual men calling themselves the Golden Lovers. It's kind of weird. From my perspective, I don't know. I mean, hey, representation is key, and I appreciate that. And obviously, if they were actually representing that community, I'd be all for it. But they're not, so I don't get it. But whatever. It was a nickname in Japan, so we have to use it in AEW in the Americas because people will know what that means. I don't care about that match. I think Okada is the most overrated wrestler of all time, and Ibushi, he has some good strikes. He's shown some skill, but I don't nowhere near the star they make him out to be. I wanted to like the women's match. I really did. High on women's wrestling right now, thanks to NXT and what they've been able to do and how they've been able to make 10 to 12 women feel relevant and feel like they're important. But so many just miscommunications and botches and so much cohesive. We have to work together to get this spot in, and it looked so put together, like too much like it was put together. And then you were messing up the parts that were put together. So it was just tough for me. There were bright spots throughout with some of the talent in there. I think obviously Athena is one of the biggest what ifs in WWE too. Just never really got over, but she's obviously been dominant. And again, probably the most over woman in that match, and she's in Ring of Honor. She's not even on TV every week. So take that for what it is. Last thing, I'm tired of the fucking overruns, dude. If you can't book a 2-hour TV show to be done in 2 hours, what are we doing? Like, once in a while, cool, but every week there's always 9 to 10 minutes more of the show because you can't seem to cut anything. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't like it. And then the angle afterwards wasn't even that good. You know, the two guys that are facing the Bucks at All In, for their EVP titles, only one came out. Oh, Swerve and Hangman. Well, apparently didn't Hangman come out last week and help Swerve, so where's he at? And it's about the Bucks, it's not about, Hangman. I don't get it. I don't know. So, yeah, that's it. That's it for me on this Dynamite on this Wednesday, June 25th. Of course, make sure you guys tune in Friday, of course, the full episode of the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. And Friday evening, we'll have the reacts to Friday Night SmackDown, as, of course, it will be from Riyadh. This is going to be a busy weekend for pro wrestling. We'll have a lot to break down in the coming days. Until then, I will catch you guys on Friday with the full episode of Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you then, and have a great night.